But I mean, I can't visualize having that many children for not just one man, this period, having that many children, period, and still being a woman.
You say she did a good job?
She did a goddamn good job. Anybody had that many kids for the way y'all turned out to, I think she did a magnificent job. But with what she had to work with, she really never really had nothing to work with.
Yeah.
And we was always going in separate ways. Because I didn't agree with a lot of things or some of the things that entered her life, and I'm sure she didn't agree with a lot of the things that entered my life. And it was always a little bit of fight against each other, more or less. You know. But
Y'all got married real young.
yeah, in spite of that, we managed to hold it together for a long time, much longer than they should have. Because a lot of marriages would have been dissolved by in much shorter time than ours were.
So you said she put up with a lot. But I like what you said though. She could have been.
A bar bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could have been a lot, and she always carried herself like a lady.
Yeah. Could have been a bar bitch or a street urchin or whatever you want to call her. Yeah.
She never was.
No.
And growing up, I always knew I never had to be ashamed of how my mother was going to come out of the house and up to the school. You know, wherever I saw her, she was always going to look presentable.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't say that about their mamas today.
Yeah, I know it.
The mamas dress like strippers and
Yeah.
prostitutes.
Yeah.
But, well, that's nice of you to say something nice about mama. You always do. But
Well,
you always did tell us.
Yeah, I always tell you to respect your mama. But, and look out for her. Respect her and look out for her. I don't know whether I would have had the wherewithal to hold it together like she did. And deep down inside, I have to have that kind of respect for her.
Yeah.
In fact, when I talk bad about the witness, or although I don't agree with a lot of what the witnesses do, but I'm still glad. I'm glad she was with them rather than some of these other old crooked people out here.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
That's right. And I always look at it like she found something that she felt was the best for her children.
Yeah.
And as strong-willed as we are, we need something as strong indoctrination like that.
Well, I like the fact that, and even so I noticed in William, I don't know, but I hadn't really gotten into Tony's mind because Tony don't say too much about anything, but I like the respect that y'all seem to have for her, although y'all are on different sides of the coin, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Y'all still had that respect for her, and I noticed that.
Yeah.
And that's why I try not to talk negatively about her in front of, well, not necessarily in front of you, but I mean in front of any of you. Mm-hmm. I try not to talk negatively about her because she did a good job to put up with me because
I know that's right.
It could have been easy.
No, it ain't never easy when you're dealing with a walker.
Because I'd hit that to put up with somebody like me. Shit.
Me too. But I told you we're going to end up being Thelma and Deacon Fry. Or Lamont and Fred Sanford. Because I believe we the only one can put up with each other. Let me hurry up and find me a man. So I don't have to. I'm just joking.
You might not.
I'm not. No, I'm content and happy. I love my life.
You might not find nothing decent out here.
No, I'm not looking, honestly, really.
Because they get sorry and sorry and sorry.
Yeah, but with God, all things are possible. There's some good men out there. I'm not looking for one, but I know there's some good men out
Well,
there.
you shouldn't look for one.
I'm not. I've had my fill of everything.
Well, what's going to be, case of raw, so raw, what's going to be, you know. And they were crazy about him too. Even in the early days of Motown, he was like the prince of Motown.
Actually, yeah, I read
all them girls.
Diana's Diana's biography, Mary Wilson's autobiography, biography about Flo, and each of them says the same thing. They love Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and look at pictures of him because when I came to consciousness, Marvin Gaye wasn't good looking. Well, he had been abused by his lifestyle. So I didn't, it's just like James Brown. Even though I was alive when James Brown was young and good looking, I was too young to pay attention to that. I had to go back and look at what y'all saw and realize, he was a good looking man. And Marvin Gaye really was a good looking. I would have liked Marvin Gaye. These young people are like that with Whitney Houston too. And fortunately the internet has her all over the place when she was still the beautiful Barbie doll. I posted one on my page the other day. She was just so beautiful on it. And at the end of it, I told you she looked just like one of your churn. Just like at the end of that video.
One of my churn.
One of your churn.
One of my churn.
You know they still say that, Charles.
I know it.
Margaret will be talking to me. Well,
come here, churn.
Yeah. These churn here. And
that's the only place you hear that.
It is. I love it.
That I can. You can go all over America. And I don't think I know nobody else in churn but us.
I love it. We have always loved the Charleston accent. Your children have. Yeah. We've always loved that. And I thought for a while maybe they didn't like their accent or didn't realize they had it. I don't know, but we always liked it.
No, you know what a lot of that was.
What?
It's a lot of the stubbornness. It's like the Geechee language. It's just stubborn. I'm gonna be this what I want to be.
Oh.
Yeah, it's stubborn.
Is it stubbornness or pride?
Pride.
Holding on to the Afrocentrism.
Pride and stubbornness. That's all together.
That's true.
That's like one thing I know. One thing that resonates with me pretty much. Was it Celance? Yes. No, her big fella. He's dead now. Big fella. He's played tennis with us. He made a comment one time. I did playing tennis. Tennis court. He said, "You know what I noticed? Because he was familiar with, although he's from Augusta, but he's familiar with Charleston and area people." He said, "And me and Celance is from Savannah. He said, one thing I kind of noticed about like black people. He said, I noticed you guys out there around Charleston, Savannah, y'all more pure. He said, I noticed.
Right.
He said, I noticed as blacks more ended, you lose a lot of that.
That's right. That's exactly right. Africanisms is what.
And he's right. He's right. You know, but you know, to hear him say that, and then he's not from the. And I thought, I see, you know, because I am from there. So man said, but not somebody else. And I got to thinking. I said, you know, we do seem to have qualities that a lot of these son bitches don't have. What he was saying. He said, y'all. He says y'all move more on the inner part of America. Say you lose a lot of your blackness. Or he didn't say like blackness, but something like that. I know
what he means.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Yeah, and you know what? Even scholars acknowledge that the coastal Carolinians and Georgians retained more of the Africanisms than any other of the other groups that migrated inward, and that is true. That's the beauty of it. Even the behavior, I told you when I drive, the South Carolina black teenagers are always so respectful.
Yeah.
North Carolina too, though. And North Carolina blacks, especially east of the 95, are just some of the nicest, cleanest. Many of them living on farms that are just immaculate. Not anything big like the government-owned farms,
I remember.
but nicely kept.
I remember with 9/11, I took Bertha down to Charleston because she had never been down there, and for some reason, it's right during that time, right shortly after, whatever. And so we go into these stores, and people would be coming out the store, like coming to the store, and they'd wait for you, let you come through.
Oh,
And
in
so
Charleston,
I
yeah.
used to tell Bertha how polite the people were down there as opposed to ones up in Augusta. So she noticed that when we got there, she said, you were right about what you were saying. So
Yeah.
she said,
Something about Georgia.
and she said something. She said, they wait for you or whatever. One of the kids, something she said. And I told her, I said, well, first of all, she said, all of them aren't like this. You got some of them got a lot of hate in them. I said, the ones that you see, I said, you can probably about tell them too. I said, because those type of people, I said, they're nice guys because they're scared as hell. I said, they don't know what's going on with this damn 9/11, which none of us did.
That's right.
They don't know whether we're being attacked by foreign objects or whatever.
That's right.
I said, well, give them a few days ago, but they get used to this bullshit. I said, they go right back to being son of bitches like some of them are.
Stop cursing.
I said, but a lot of them, this is where they are. But it just surprised her that they were polite.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
But look, so understand where I'm coming from now. Every day that I'm on the road, which is like 300 days out of the year, the treatment you said you got when you went to the Catholic Church, the treatment y'all got in Charleston from the whites, I get that everywhere I go. And I'm not deluded into thinking that every white person who does that to me actually likes me. What I'm saying is the impression I get from them, the treatment I get from them, cannot generate what the media and certain politicians want me to feel about race.
Yeah, but you still have to realize that. All of them aren't like that.
Yeah, well, so what? I focus on the ones who are.
Well,
and you got to give people the benefit.
Look, as prejudice as I might seem to be.
You wouldn't be watching Andy Griffith every day
if
you hated white people.
And I can be friendly, but look, when I come down here, the ones that
Like
I'm not gonna kiss everybody's ass though.
No,
but
and you don't need to do that.
But the ones that I think are decent, and even if they had issues back when they were younger, could have been prejudice, son of a bitch. I feel that a lot of times that they're being contrite now, more or less to say, I should have been like I was, blah blah blah.
And people grow.
Or there's somebody that and all niggas ain't like I thought they were. That's why I try to carry myself decent in their respect to let them know that some of us got some goddamn sense. You know what I'm saying?
And Daddy, look, so why do you keep calling yourself the N-word? I'm not an N-word.
No, this
and not all of them use that.
Yeah, I know.
Some of them say black.
I know it.
And believe it or not, some of them know the difference between black and the N-word.
I know it.
But you always refer to yourself by the N-word.
Yeah, because I'm doing that for...
even when you're talking not for them, you refer to yourself. Yeah. And I keep telling you you're not, but you keep on insisting on belonging to the group.
I got a call from this guy, Mr. Ridgway. I used to do his yard down in Augusta. And
he called you. He called you?
Yeah, he called. His wife died. She just died too. And he stayed there by himself and I got real close to him and his wife. Oh, they knew Buddy. They knew Buddy too, but they loved Buddy too. Because we putting in help move some stuff in this room. But anyway,
Something wrong with your eye.
So anyway, no, I'm all right.
You got a bump.
So anyway,
Okay, that's nothing.
anyway, before when I still doing this work in the yard one time, he sitting there talking to me because he liked to talk, and he said something. Got to talk. He said something about like African Americans. He said, "Oh yeah, by the way," he said, "I don't mean to be disrespectful. He said, what do you rather be referred to, African American?" I said, "No, black."
Yeah.
He said, okay. He said, the reason I asked that, he said, because some people like to be called African American, some like blacks. I said, well, I don't like African American. I said, because y'all don't call Frank Sinatra Italian American. You don't call George Bush German American. I said, he's American. I said, I'm American.
That's right.
But anyway, and you know, he said, well, he apologized. He said, thank you for saying that. He said, I'll try to remember that if I ever have to refer to race or whatever. Mm-hmm. I said, okay. I said, I appreciate that. But I mean, you know, you learn people, and you learn what people, you learn the way they think. And some of them, they have prejudices that has been with them all their lives, and they're not going to lose it overnight.
No, and they may not ever lose.
But they need to be tolerant enough to try to.
And haven't they though? My argument is, look at America. Look, Daddy. I even look at the fact that I think I'm a pretty good writer. My novel, Amazed by Her Grace, is a good book. But you know what? I didn't just get the scholarships for submitting that novel because it's good. I got it partly because I was black and because I was a woman. Because there were people targeting blacks and women with scholarships. And so I got it. What I'm trying to say is all across this country, doors of opportunity are open for me just because I'm black. That to me is whites and blacks saying we're trying to make up for what happened in the past. We're trying to repair. So when people scream, we need reparation, you got reparations. You got scholarships. You got admissions to universities just because you're black. You've got hiring quotas just because you're black. You know, you've got minority set-aside loans that you have to give to minority owners. All of those are attempts to repair.
Yeah,
reparation.
I understand that. And I just want you to understand the fact that when I'm complaining about certain things, it's not because things should be better than what they are, because they should. Mm-hmm. But I'm also aware of the fact that we are making progress.
Yeah.
We've made a lot of progress.
A lot. The country has.
We've made a lot of progress, and
whites have made a lot of progress.
The thing that really pisses me off, and going to another side, even on the basketball court, got Black Lives Matter on the street corners. Black Lives Matter. All lives matter.
That's right.
We shouldn't have to say that.
That's right.
You know, it's almost like you stuffing it down people's throat.
What I say is, for a long time, people have known that Black Lives Matter. They've shown it by the opportunities. The fact that this mantra became a big deal after you had a man of color president for 2 terms is highly out of order. Who doesn't know? What we're supposed to recognize today is not that Black Lives Matter, but that criminal lives matter.
Yeah, but you know what? Wait now.
After having a so-called black president, what are y'all complaining about? Who doesn't know a black life? Did they assassinate the man?
No.
Or did they White people elected Obama.
I guarantee you, Obama was probably the most well-protected president that we've ever had. I guarantee that.
I don't know.
Well,
I wouldn't argue that, but
I
that's
don't
beside
either.
the point. If somebody wanted to kill him, they still could have.
Well, yeah,
And
yeah,
they didn't.
and they can do it now if they want to.
Yeah, and they re-elected him. And it was white people. Their majority vote put Obama in office.
Yeah.
So I think white people have gone far to try to say, hey, look, what happened in the past was unfortunate, but we are trying. That doesn't mean you have to like me. In fact, I don't even want you to.
That's what I hate about this Black Lives Matter thing. What it is.
Criminal lives.
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 Some of them are trying to atone for what's happened in the past.
Some, yes.
I think some of us are rushing it.
Well, the thing is, the atonement has been going on for generations.
Yeah.
Now what we're supposed to care about is the person that we fear in our own community breaking in, cussing us out, killing our sons and our fathers. That person, when he or she gets killed by the police, that's whose life is supposed to suddenly matter to us now.
Well, let me tell
and
you
I'm
something.
sorry, it's a demonic movement.
The one thing that I can remember saying, probably the last thing I said, when we went outside in the hall, and you had to come back in there to get a key or something like that. And I can remember Chad and I and the baby was outside walking down the hall, and I can remember before you came back, but when we got back to the guy next door, whatever, I made a comment to him because she was walking her hair, and he was like hair, and I was like hair, and I made a comment. I said, boy, you know what? I said, I'm really, really proud of you. We're looking at the baby. I said, man, I've always told you, look out for your child. I said, because this is what black men don't do. We leave our kids. I said, I'm so proud of you, the fact that you seem to care for your child. I said, that makes me so proud of it. As proud as I would be if you were a rock star or whatever. And it does.
That's nice, David.
And it does. And I said, I've always said it to my boys, take care of them kids. I said, I don't care how you and that woman get along. I mean, I didn't mean to say it like that, but I said, irregardless of how you and that woman, be the father for those kids. I said, that's what's happening out there. They make the babies and they forget about it. And they are. Yeah. And that's what we need to do. We need to start concentrating on each other or ourselves. You can't wait for nobody else to concentrate for you.
That's right.
That's why, like I said, when I decided to stick with my family, I didn't want no cracker downtown telling me, boy, take care of your children. I didn't want no man moving under my children. Right. Because I know how men do that. Yeah. You know, so that was my responsibility. I'm not saying that to be praised, but I had to do that.
No, but I appreciate that, Daddy. That was a sacrifice you made. You know,
well, it was a sacrifice. But it was a sacrifice that I wanted to make.
I know.
It was a sacrifice that I wanted to make. And I used to always say that as soon as all my kids get up, I'm going. And when Buddy got up a size, I thought I was ready to go. And then Isaac came along, and I know to this day, and I really would believe to this day, she got Isaiah because she knew as long as he was there, I would be there.
You think she wanted you around? I don't think so. I think she got Isaiah first just because of compassion, her heart, and I think subconsciously it also helped. She still had a baby boy to take care of.
Yeah. Well,
because did Isaiah come after Monty? No. I'm sorry, that's not true. Monty, she already had Isaiah and Monty. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No,
I don't think Mama was trying to subconsciously keep you close.
No, not necessarily that she wanted me. But at least she knew she would have some help. Oh. Yeah. I don't think she really just wanted me around. No. What other man would think about that? at that particular time. You know, no, she knew I would be available to help in some way help. You know.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, you know. No, I don't think no.
I thought you were just doing the Bill Walker.
Oh no
No.
because I think we had made our mind up. Just
Yeah, y'all were over long time.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, you gonna get up and cook your eggs since you don't want the way I cook it. That's a shame. That's a shame.
So you got any more eggs in there?
I bought some egglands, the organic ones. They taste really good.
Oh, you got some more eggs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think the ones I cooked for you were a little bit, had been there a while.
Yeah.
Because I ate one later.
Yeah, they had been, yeah.
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 So see, it wasn't entirely meat.
Oh yeah.
But if you do, I'll help you with the meat part. Just heating it up.
I don't want to talk about meat.
Not the steak. You have a sausage patty I fried up yesterday.
Oh.
You still have one. It's only one. But you have other sausages in there too, though. You got your transparent drawer is full of meat. That's where all your meats are now. The slide out transparent drawer. Try to keep stuff where I put it, Dad.
No. One of them slide drawers celery or something that you brought.
Yeah, the bottom right is your vegetables.
Yeah.
And then the left is your fruit. And then the one that's elevated, the transparent one that's got your meats in it.
You trying to tell me how to...
You need to be more organized. Yes. All right.
You're so bitch.